Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Welcome po sa News Up to Date. Ang topic po natin ngayong umagang ito ay tungkol po sa inilabas na revocation order ng Securities and Exchange Commission laban po sa SITAW o sa New SITAW Corporation at SITAW Information Technology OPC. Sa SEC EIPD case number 2024-7718, yung New SITAW Corporation, ang company registration number niya ay 2023-05-009-8912-03 at yung SITAW Information Technology OPC, ang kanyang company registration number ay 2022-1000-70764-07 at ang address ng New SITAW Corporation pati na rin ng SITAW Information Technology OPC ay sa 12th floor, Coco Light Building, 11th Avenue, Fort Bonifacio, Taguig City, Port District, NCR. Ito po, basahin po natin ang revocation order. So, ang SITAW Information Technology OPC po ay nabigyan po ng Certificate of Registration ng SEC noong October 4, 2022. At si Mr. Jason Corono Clidoro ang sole stockholder ng kumpanya na yan. Ang primary at secondary purpose ng SITAW Information Technology OPC ay nakalagay po sa kanilang Articles of Incorporation. At ang primary purpose nga ng SITAW Information Technology OPC ay to operate, manage, and engage in the business of data processing, web hosting, and related activities by providing infrastructure for these activities as well as provision of search facilities and other portal activities for the internet. At ang secondary ay to engage in the business of software development, trading, e-commerce, retail, and services. Noong May 12, 2023, ang New SITAW Corporation ay nagbigyan ng Certificate of Registration ng SEC at ito po ang mga pangalan ng mga incorporators ng New SITAW Corporation. Ang una ay si Ana Rose Jangao Tero na isang Pilipino at nakatira po sa Tagum City, Davao del Norte. Ang pangalawa ay si Jonathan Tuason Garcia na isa ding Pilipino at nakatira po sa Santa Ana, Manila. At si Danny Narciso Sudaria ay isang Pilipino din at nakatira sa Paniki, Tarlac. Si Liu Yan Yi na isang Malaysian ay nakatira sa may City of Las Piñas, pati na rin si Su Kai Sheng na isang Malaysian. At ang primary purpose ng New SITAW Corporation base sa kanilang Articles of Incorporation ay the company will engage in e-commerce retail business. As advertised on social media, New SITAW Corporation and SITAW Information Technology OPC, collectively herein, SITAW is a cross-border e-commerce that features a dropshipping platform and provides a seamless and secure online shopping experience to customers worldwide. SITAW offers its services by accommodating sellers to have their own shop by using SITAW's platform of application where a seller can manage and monitor his or her own shop. At noong April 2023, the Commission began receiving inquiries and information from the public that individuals or group of persons representing an entity named SITAW was soliciting and or collecting money from the public in the form of investments. Noong March 22, 2024, a show cause order was issued against New SITAW Corporation and SITAW Information Technology OPC directing the company to show cause why no administrative sanctions and or criminal charges should be imposed or filed against New SITAW Corporation and SITAW Information Technology OPC and or its incorporators, directors, or officers for violation of the Securities Regulation Code and other pertinent laws, rules, and regulations of the Commission, to show cause why no administrative sanctions and or criminal charges should be imposed or filed against New SITAW Corporation and SITAW Information Technology OPC and its incorporators, directors of officers for offering and or selling unregistered securities to the public in violation of Section 8, 26, and 28 of the Securities Regulation Code to show cause why its certificate of incorporation should not be revoked pursuant to Section 6I2 of Presidential Decree number 902-A for serious misrepresentation as to what the corporation can do or is doing to the great prejudice of or damage to the general public, and for engaging in ultra vires acts in violation of the revised Corporation Code of the Philippines, and to show cause why no administrative sanction and or criminal charges should be filed against New Sitaw Corporation and Sitaw Information Technology OPC and or its incorporators, directors, and officers for committing investment fraud in violation of Section 11 of Republic Act number 11765, otherwise known as the Financial Products and Services Consumer Act. The show cause order was sent through the declared email address of the company as reflected in the records of the Commission. At noong April 4, 2024, the department received an email from the Council of Sitaw submitting the advance copy of their verified answer in response to the show cause order issued by the Enforcement and Investor Protection Department. Basahin naman po natin ang sagot ng Sitaw. In the said verified answer or explanation, it was stated that Sitaw operates as an e-commerce platform offering retail business as well as dropshipping business model. Dropshipping is a retail fulfillment method for e-commerce business. It is an e-commerce strategy where the seller or user sells products on Sitaw's platforms without having them in stock. Sellers or users do not have to open a physical store, hire employees, pay overhead, or stock products. Instead, sellers or users open an online store and buy from manufacturer or Sitaw who already have products and warehouse space. In paragraph 40 of the said verified answer, Sitaw denies the department's findings that once a prospective investor become a seller, he or she can choose the products that he or she wants to sell for the reason that sellers are not considered as investors. Sitaw actively markets its e-commerce platform. Individuals choose to register as sellers voluntarily without the need to invest money or expect guaranteed profits from the alleged investment within a specified time frame. As further argued in paragraph 41, there exists a clear distinction between online sellers who can earn profits from their sales and investors in the company. It is important to emphasize this differentiation as it forms the basis of valid defense. Furthermore, in paragraph 50, it was claimed that the seller who chose product warehouse solution, the seller pays Sitaw for the products chosen and purchased by his or her from Sitaw. This money is the purchase money or consideration for the sale between the seller and Sitaw and is definitely not an investment. To answer this argument of Sitaw, as mentioned in the immediately preceding paragraph, the money is the purchase money or consideration for the sale between seller and Sitaw. How come that a seller will be able to pay the products she wants to sell if he or she will not release or invest money? In this particular case, seller pays the products first and the money or he or she use is his or her capital investment. In paragraph 53, Sitaw claimed that if the link posted in social media is clicked, the potential buyer will be led to a page for the purpose of creating an account as Sitaw buyer and not automatically as a seller, contrary to the department's findings as stated in the show cause order. However, it did not answer the findings that a prospective buyer will not or there is no way he or she can find the store of each seller or member of Sitaw. The link provided and scattered in social media, particularly in Facebook, is not the link to the store of each seller. On April 16, 2024, an email was sent to the Council of Sitaw, which was initially scheduled on April 18, 2024, inviting them for a conference to present the business model of Sitaw. However, it was rescheduled to April 23, 2024 due to unavailability of the council. On April 23, 2024, during the conference with the council and a representative from Sitaw, they were instructed to present the business model of the subject entity. They asked to present on the spot on creating an account as a seller and as a buyer. However, due to weak internet connection, the conference was rescheduled on April 30, 2024. Sitaw was likewise required to submit the list of its sellers who uploaded their own products and who opted to sell Sitaw's products, latest audited financial statements or BIR stamp, report on the inventory movement, and list of merchant partners. On April 30, 2024, the council of the Sitaw showed up. However, they were not able to present and submit what was required of them. The department gave Sitaw another chance to submit until May 6, 2024. On May 6, 2024, the council only submitted the lease contract between Sitaw and Flashline Global Logistics Corporation, but not notarized. And for the last time, they were given a chance to submit the documents within the day, initially through email, to be followed by original copies the next day. Given the chances that were given to Sitaw, they failed to present us on how the business of Sitaw is working from start to end. Also, they were not able to submit documents as required by this department. Hence, we now resolve the instant case on the basis of available evidence. In this particular case, the department carefully examined the characteristics of the investments offered by Sitaw to determine if they satisfy the elements of an investment contract. In our evaluation, indeed, the elements of an investment contract are manifested in the investments being offered by Sitaw, which are as follows. By investing in the company, the investor enters into a contract. There is a placement of money from the public as they are enticed to invest in the company that represented to be engaged in lucrative business and are required to invest money in order for them to earn profits. As explained above, the money being paid to Sitaw is a capital or investment. The money invested is placed in a common enterprise in that sense that all money is being pooled in Sitaw. The investors expect to derive profits as they are primarily attracted to join Sitaw for a promise of receiving profit, and the investors expect to earn profits derived primarily from the efforts of others or from Sitaw. In this particular case, an evaluation of Sitaw marketing scheme reveals that clearly the buying and selling of products and to act as an e-commerce is not present in Sitaw's business operation as represented by the latter. Sitaw is apparently the one who pretends to be the buyer in every registered seller and manipulates each seller's dashboard. The invoice that Sitaw sends to each seller contains incomplete details. Moreover, there is also an affiliate program being offered by Sitaw where a referral code that is unique will be given to each seller. Once a prospective seller uses the referral code, he or she will become an affiliate. The seller will earn 3% commission from each successful order processes of his or her affiliate. The business mechanics of Sitaw, contrary to its representations, does not actually involve a scenario where, as advertised by Sitaw on social media, that it provides a dropshipping platform with a seamless and secure online shopping experience to customers worldwide, that it offers its services by accommodating sellers to have their own shop by using Sitaw platform or application where a seller can manage and monitor his or her own shop. Rather, the seller is made to invest by paying first for the value of the alleged product ordered, and it is only after the lapse of days or even weeks that the profit together with the principal amount is paid to the seller. The scheme contains all the hallmarks of an investment contract, a form of security defined under the Securities Regulation Code. Sitaw is not authorized to solicit investments from the public as it did not secure prior registration and or license to solicit investment from the Commission as prescribed under Section 8 of the Securities Regulation Code. Hence, the act of Sitaw in soliciting investments from the public without the necessary secondary license from the Commission is unauthorized. At meron pa pong sinabi ang SEC tungkol nga po sa in-offer na scheme ng Sitaw. So ito po, basahin natin. To exacerbate matters, the scheme being offered by Sitaw is clearly in the nature of a Ponzi scheme, where the profits or payouts shall be taken from incoming investors or sellers or additional pay-ins of existing members investors, considering that it does not have any underlying legitimate business from where it could source its promised return on investment to its investors. Such scheme is prohibited under Section 26 of the SRC. So, ang naging hatol po ng SEC dyan po sa Sitaw ay revocation po ng kanilang primary registration. So, ito basahin natin. Wherefore, for violations of Section 44 of the Revised Corporation Code of the Philippines, Sections 8.1, 26.1, and 28.1 of the Securities Regulation Code, Section 11 of the Financial Products and Services Consumer Protection Act, PD 902-A in relation to Section 179J of the RCCP and Section 5.1M of the SRC, the Certificate of Incorporation and the registration of Sitaw as a corporation is hereby revoked. Bukod po sa revocation ay pinagmumulta din po ang Sitaw. So ito po, hence a fine of 1 million pesos is hereby imposed against Sitaw for offering securities to the public without prior registration and license from the Commission, and Sitaw, its incorporators and directors are directed to pay the fine of 1 million pesos pursuant to Section 54.1 of the SRC within a period of 15 days from receipt of this order. At ito po ay ipinablish noong June 10, 2024 sa website po ng SEC. At doon nyo po makikita yung kabuuan po ng order of revocation na inilabas ng SEC laban po sa Sitaw. Mga kababayan, maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta sa aking channel. God bless po.